Welcome to Dodgers Daily. Casey Porter here. So glad that you decided to tune in. Fans, today we have a very, very, very special guest. Ramon Troncoso joins, pitching coach in the Dodgers system. He also pitched the playoffs for the Dodgers, pitched the first game of a doubleheader that went 15, or he was actually going to pitch the second game of a doubleheader. First game went 15 innings. Communicate with him a lot. If you like the information you get on his pitchers with all the pitch mix and stuff, it a lot of times comes from him. Ramon Troncoso, thank you so much for joining, my man.
Good morning. A pleasure to be here. Thank you for the invite.
Okay, first of all, I can remember watching you with the Dodgers and specifically in Oklahoma City. My memory, of course, of that 15-inning game, it seemed like that you were in the game, but I guess you were going to be the starter of the second game of a doubleheader and had to sit around and watch 15 innings. Is that right in Oklahoma City?
Yes, it was a wild day. When we were playing a doubleheader, we were expecting 2 7-inning games, but not always happened like that. So we ended up playing a long game. So, yes, it was an unexpected one.
Yeah, so tell us what it was like getting to pitch in the postseason for the Dodgers. That had to be cool.
Amazing. To me, the way I describe it is the next level of the league where you are, playing in the playoff, either the minor league and the major league, and of course, and playing in the playoff and the major league, it takes you to another level mentally because of that part of the season, you're not 100%. Sometimes you're not even at 70%, but your mind, it needs to be a max capacity. And I think that's what helped us to feel that we are in a very special play, talking about regular season-wise. And it's nothing like it. Didn't play in the World Series, but we went twice for the National League Championship. Didn't win, but yes, it feels different.
So being international, you get these guys, of course, they go to the complex, but the first affiliated stop for them is with Rancho. That's where you're at right now. Does that give you an advantage with some of the international guys to help relax them, maybe help the language barrier and all that kind of stuff? Does that really help, or is that a factor at all?
No, it does. And especially for me, it was something huge when I came to the U.S. in 2004. I lacked the language, and it was not easy. At that time, we didn't have many Spanish speakers around, but we found a way to adapt and learn from teammates. And being here as a coach and having the ability to communicate not just Spanish with the Spanish speakers, but their language, because sometimes we had to adapt to their personality. So definitely, yes, it helps a lot.
Do you just like the California area? Do you like getting the players first, or what's the connection there?
I grew up listening to Tommy Lasorda. I came to the Dodger organization, seeing him around, and all he spoke was about the love for the Dodgers. And I'm very grateful and lucky to have the amount of coaches and the type of coaches that I had around me when I was growing up as a player in minor league. And I feel that's my duties is just to be here for the Dodgers wherever they need me. Just give me a uniform and players that are willing to get better, and I will do my 100%.
One of the big things that you have to do, and Shu is the best at this, we'll get into Shu here in a minute, is to explain to these people, maybe they're from the East Coast or maybe they're from somewhere in the world that's not a Dodgers diehard like we are, right? So part of your job is to explain to them what it means to be a Dodger. What does that mean to be a Dodger? How do you do that?
Being a Dodgers means representing yourself, representing your family, representing the Dodgers, and who say it better than Tom Lasorda, playing for the name and from your jersey, the one in the back. Respecting the principles, learning how to be a good teammate, and adapting to different cultures as what the Dodgers do best.
Absolutely. Okay, so John Shoemaker, before we get into this year's roster, I just have to bring up Shu. First of all, have you ever seen John Shoemaker out of uniform?
A few times. I've been looking out to be around him since 2007 as a player. I played for him in minor league, so yes, I have a few times.
A few times. Not very often, though, right?
No.
Yeah, okay, so he is the absolute perfect person for any level, but certainly for that level, that first affiliated level. Talk about the great job he does and what it's like to work for maybe the biggest Dodger legend in the system right now.
Well, if you are working in minor league baseball, especially in low A, complex league, where is the foundation of development, something that you will see is a lot of mistake, mental errors. And if you don't have the patience, if you don't have the ability to handle with struggles, you won't be able to get close to Shoemaker, and nobody understands that better than Shu. He sees things in a way that not many coaches can see it. He understands the struggles, and he has a perfect timing to approach those issues on the field, which helps big time, because sometimes a right message when you're trying to correct something, it can get malinterpreted by the players. But Shu has the perfect timing for everything he does, so nobody can do what he does the way he do it.
I always say, hey, you taught your pitchers how to throw strike one and not to throw ball four, right? So talk about the command and control that your young pitchers had this year. It's very impressive.
Yes, it's something that the organization has been emphasizing a lot. In the last couple of years, we have seen a positive step forward. It doesn't seem like a sprint, talking about improvement, but small steps at a time. And this is the right place to start showing the improvements in this low level, because these are the guys who are going to move to the higher levels. And yes, we're just prioritizing, pull the ball around the zone, make something happen, and don't be afraid to get hit, because you will sometime. But at the same time, we continue developing the staff.
Absolutely.
Which is going to help these guys be good where they need to be good.
Absolutely. Okay, so let's dive into your roster, and I've got to start with Christian Zazueta. Man, what a season this young man had. If for Dodgers fans that don't remember, that's who the return the Dodgers got for Caleb Ferguson. Young man that's very impressive.
Amazing kid. And I think by now we kind of have an idea of his ability on the mound when he's pitching, but seeing him as a person, yes, he's a way better person than he is as an athlete. But talking about the pitcher, he has the weapon to be not just a starting pitcher, he has the weapon to be a great starting pitcher, and we are lucky enough to have him here. He has all the stuff and is fearless. He doesn't really care who's hitting, if you're lefty or righty. He trusts his staff, and he's ready to use it to get you out any time of the game.
Yeah, so what makes him such a good strike thrower?
I personally believe that comes from him in his country in Mexico. I know that they started playing at John H. in Mexico, and in Mexico, if you don't throw strikes, you're not going to pitch, because every game you play is looking for the result of winning the game.
Yeah.
And when you grow from a father who's a baseball player, I think it's going to be the same message. It's about competing, and I think that's part of his benefit of being such a good strike thrower, because he's seen it. I know he heard a lot from his father, who plays a long career in Mexico, and he's fearless. He's not afraid to get hit.
Yeah, very similar story to Jose Rodriguez, whose dad was the GM of the Toreros there in Oaxaca, Mexico, right?
Yes, correct.
Yeah. Okay, so Sterling Paddock, a young man that, of course, when we compare, we don't mean they're going to be this person, but maybe in demeanor, size, pitch type, that kind of thing. But Sterling Paddock has been compared to maybe like a younger version of a Clayton Kershaw in terms of style, that kind of thing. Can you talk about him? Amazing
kid. We personally, we love left-hander pitchers.
Oh, yeah.
And we have Clayton Kershaw, who just retired, and just listen to you mentioning his name give me chills, because we need to start looking for the next Clayton Kershaw. Yeah. And Sterling Paddock, he has almost all the ingredients to be good or even better. Who knows? We can't predict the future, but Sterling Paddock is promising to be a great competitor right now, and a lefty with a powerful fastballs and 3-4 different pitches that can change swing, timing, and interrupt hitter's mindset. It can be huge.
Absolutely. He's from that area, so he's very comfortable with Southern California. So another guy, international now, it's not like the international like from the DR or from Venezuela or from Mexico like that. Yunsek Jang. So can you talk about him?
Yes, Yan. One of the greatest curveballs you can see in baseball, mixed with a powerful fastball. a coder who's in the development process right now. He can be a really good version of Shangho Park.
Oh, really?
Powerful fastball, great competitor, different weapons for lefties or righties. This kid doesn't know when to say no, so he just wants to pitch. He wants to stay in the mound, so he has the ace mentality of I start the game, I'm gonna finish the game. Of course, that's not gonna happen in minor league, especially in regular season. But if you develop athlete and that kind of mentality, you will go a long way with it.
Absolutely. So it kind of seems like Sterling Paddock may be a little bit more reserved, kind of an inner type personality, where it seems like Jang, he's kind of outgoing. He's got that Korean, just the persona to him, to where he's outgoing and kind of the life of the party, you will. Would that be a good characterization of both of those two?
Yes, Sterling is more reserved, of course. Jen to me is more hybrid.
Yeah.
It's a lot of Korean, of course, because he's from Korea, but there's a lot of Latin flow in him that he's not afraid to show you. Absolutely. That he can do his move as you as a Latin do too. So he's awesome.
Absolutely. Aiden Feller is a guy that, hey, man, whenever he is in the strike zone, whenever he's on, he doesn't just beat hitters, he obliterates hitters. So can you talk about Aiden Feller, maybe his pitch mix and what makes him good on the good days and what makes him struggle on the days he struggles?
Yes, you say it. When he doesn't have the command of his pitches, it costs him a lot because his pitch usage goes super high. The reason is because he gets a lot of swing and miss. And when he doesn't get a lot of swing and miss, he doesn't get a strikeout. And without the strikeout, he doesn't get many out with the ball put in place. But when he's good, this kid has such amazing fastball with that type of delivery. I mean, things God, not a hitter, don't have to see or try to figure it out where the fastball is coming, because that fastball is real.
Oh,
and his sweeper and coder, when he click it right, is a devastating combo for any kind of hitter. So yes, he's in the right track. I think sometimes it's important to show inconsistent in something, because that helps us to see the picture and imagine the picture together. If we can help him be consistent, especially on him right now, his issues, his strike thrower.
Yeah, so he has such good stuff. It's like he wants to strike everybody out. He wants it swing and miss on every pitch. Are there times where you have to back up with him and say, you know what, you're good enough just to throw a strike and beat a hitter inside the zone? Just throw it in the zone and you'll beat this hitter. Do you have to back up with him sometimes like that?
Yes, we have Bailey and I, we had the conversation a lot with him last year, and he knows. But at the same time, sometimes he's not the one to blame. His pitches are too good and they move
they do
much that even if he throws in zone, there's a good probability they're gonna get missed. So if you don't get that contact with the first or second pitch, you're gonna be putting a lot of hitters behind the count or ahead of the count, where they're gonna stimulate your appetite to end it up with a strikeout.
Is Ryan Brown's Vulcan change maybe the best pitch in the entire system? Wow, that thing's incredible.
I believe that changer is best changeup I see him in person. That is not a word how to describe how good that pitch is. He can throw his changeup all day long. I remember we had a game in Lake Elsinore where he went 15 straight changeup. I think it was 3 strikeouts.
Really?
And if you start chasing that changeup, there's a good chance you won't catch up. There's a good chance that you're gonna miss it, even if you know it's coming.
Yeah.
But if you get caught just chasing that changeup, he has a upper 90 fastball.
Yeah.
That can bite you and make you think twice about what you were trying to do.
Yeah.
And behind all that, he's developing a cutter, which can be another devastating contact pitch.
Yeah. So what is the highest velo that he's hit?
I believe he touched 8.
Wow.
I believe he touched 8 with the fastballs in upper 80s with a cutter.
Wow.
So great stuff.
So you're talking upper 90s, 98-ish with the fastball. You're talking about maybe the best pitch in the organization with the Vulcan change, and now having a bridge pitch that's going to be in the 90 range with a cutter. That's pretty good, Ramon.
And he's growing mentally super fast.
Yeah.
So this kid can be really good, really fast too.
Absolutely. Okay, Jacob Wright, a lefty out of Cal Poly, very talented. He's been on the injured bug in the past, but off the leash now. Looked very good at times last year. Talk about Jacob.
Oh, Jacob, great lefty, great future, great makeup, great stuff, great pitchability. Unfortunately, he didn't have the time to pitch the whole regular season, and that took some innings out of him. But what this kid shows on the mound, he doesn't have any business to be spending 3-4 years in minor league. This is going to be a very quick process, and he's competitive. He's ready. He doesn't fear any hater. He's great advance, coming with his own game plan, know how to execute pitches and situations. And when you see a young pitcher that understands situations during the game, that's an awesome sign to see from them.
Wow. So you think if he just continues to do what he's doing, it's going to be a quick ascent to the major leagues, huh? Jacob Wright.
I believe that.
Wow.
And I say it not just because I love him, but because I see his stuff and we can see it is real.
Another guy that's real, and he doesn't throw real hard, although it looks like he does. Like I watched Justin Chambers pitch, and I'm like, that dude's blowing it like 99. And then on the radar, it's like 93. I'm like, wow, that looks a lot faster than it's registering. But Justin Chambers has something about his mechanics that make his stuff play up.
Yes. Lefty crossover, I think, is one of the greatest weapons for left-handed hitters.
Yeah.
Plus, if you, to me, sinkers are the best pitchers to get hitters out, because you don't need 3 or 4 of those. Sometimes you just need one. Mm-hmm. And if you are lefty and you have a sinker and you are a crossfire, that's a great weapon. Plus, if you can add the sweeper that he has, it changes the direction of the pitch, even if it looks like he's going exactly to the same direction as the last one. So yes, his fastball doesn't seem to be hard as it looks, but it's heavy and it moves a ton. And he's coming from some issues in the past with his body, so he's adapting to move the way we want him to move and to get stronger as he needs. And he has his days last year where he throws some mid-90s fastball. So I can see him being more consistent in this next season, holding a higher or more competitive velo with his fastball.
How tall is Cody Morse?
A giant. About 6'6", if I'm not wrong.
Yeah, man, that's like coming out of the sky. It's Randy Johnson stuff. Talk about him.
Oh, Cody Morse, another funky crossfire delivery.
Yeah.
More powerful fastball. Good sink on it. Sometimes use a 4-seam just to change eye levels. Good sweeper. And a lefty that you just want to have him in the bullpen. Mm-hmm. He's a lefty that can help you finish games. He's a lefty that can help you to clean an inning and solve any situation that you may end up winning the game in the 6th or the 5th inning. And Cody has all those weapons. Cody has a pitch that can help you to finish a batter after 2 strikes, and he has a sinker that can help you get a ground ball with men first and second, no out, while you were out by 1 or 2 runs. So he's a very interesting lefty reliever.
Yeah, he has a lot of development to go. I think he's a guy that can go from where he's at now to like, wow, who in the heck is this guy really fast, don't you think?
Yes, he has everything. I mean, he's ready to go every day. Last year he battled a lot with his staff, which it changed. They said in the innings he was in the game, but it's part of the development. but his heart and his mindset, they never went away. He was always willing and ready to go to the game, even the day that he was not allowed to. And that's kind of the reliever mentality you want to see, relievers who wants to go to the game every day.
Tabletop, Logan Tabling, young man out of Illinois who kind of came out of nowhere and got off to a incredibly great start, has the breaking ball that just drops off the table, super competitive. Really enjoyed getting to know Logan Tabling's game.
First is how much I enjoy watching him love what he does.
Yeah.
He's always enjoying, he's always showing you how happy he is to do what he does, pitch, to play a baseball game. But at the same time, you can see how he changes his face every time somebody's standing in front of him with a bat. And he had the kind of stuff that should be the right mentality for you to have. Because all the stuff that he has is plus, it's above average. He doesn't have a single pitch that is below average. Talk about the fastball, the quarter, throws the quarter sometimes at 94 miles per hour. That curveball, that sweeper, the changeup. I mean, everything he has is above average, even the time to the plate, which sometimes is something that we lack a lot in these low levels of baseball. But yes, he is in a box that has the right tools to beat anybody out. Anywhere.
Sammy Sanchez, another one of those strike throwers that seems like really calm under pressure, that kind of deal. Talk about him.
Yeah, Arely Sanchez lost a lot of play time last year, some issues, and couldn't pitch the amount of innings that we all hoped that he was going to throw. But when he's in the mound, he's just a strike thrower. He just knows how to throw strikes.
Yeah.
He knows how to throw strikes here. He knows how to throw strikes over there. And that's the name of the game, is before those two strikes, just make a pitch where you can get a contact, but not the contact that the hitters want, the contact that you as a pitcher are looking for.
Yeah.
And when you can throw strikes and locate your pitches, yes, pitching seems easier than what it is.
Yeah. Marco Corcho, I know, is a guy that you were excited about diving into as far as the development piece. So take us through that process with him.
Corcho, great kid. He always wants to learn, and he just can't wait to learn something and put it in the game. Great fastball up to 99. I think touch is 99.4.
Oh, really?
With his sinker, which move up to 19, 20 horizontal movement with it. So there's a lot of movement and there's a lot of velocity. This kid can continue working, finding the strike zone with consistency. He really has a fastball.
Wow.
There's not many fastball at that velocity with that type of movement in baseball.
So what are the secondary? Where are they at right now? Are they developed or still developing, or how are they?
The secondary is still developing. We introduced him a sweeper last year that he clicked multiple times. It looks like it's a promising pitch that he will be able to throw. Hopefully he can come next year and show consistency with it. And behind that, maybe a split finger will be an addition pitch for him, so he can be less predictable to left-handed hitter, which take advantage of his sinker sometime when he's behind the count.
All right, Yanni Jimenez, I'm going to be very transparent. I don't know as much about Yanni. I saw him pitch a couple times, so I'm going to let you just take the table with that.
Yeah, Johnny Jimenez, just give him the ball. Just give him the ball, and he will understand the situations. It was a huge jump for him to come to Rancho last year. A kid who was in CLP just months before came here and performed well. And I believe the reason was because he just trusts his staff.
Yeah.
The extension, release extension is something that helped him with the section of his pitch. But yes, this kid attacked the strike zone. The split finger was something that we saw in spring training, and it looked interesting. So came to Rancho, and he continued throwing it and learning. And he was able to rescue and put a good innings behind his arm.
Yulbron Air there is the guy that, like, the opposing announcers are like, oh, this guy's nasty, man. Like, I wouldn't want to hit off of this guy. Talk about Yulbron.
Yes, here there, another strike thrower.
Yeah.
Last year, he got hit because throw too many strikes.
Yeah.
And most of the time, the strikes where he didn't need to throw those strikes. But I personally kind of like those kind of struggles. I like when young pitcher struggles in low labels because they throw too many strikes. It's not a bad issue. It's good. It's easier now to teach him how to get off the zone instead of how to get in the zone. But yes, there, a good sinker. In times he can throw both fastballs, four seam and sinker. Throws his changeup a lot. He likes his changeup. Slider is a pitch that need to work on. But yes, he's great competitive. You can use him as a starting pitcher, piggyback, or out of the bullpen. He has the staff to help you any part of the game that you may need help.
Chandrick O'Duber, talk about him.
It's maybe not the kid that you are expecting what you see, but when he's right, he can get you innings cover. By the end of the season, I believe it was like a month, we start calling him the cutter monster.
Oh, the cutter monster. That's awesome.
Yes, he started using his cutter and he throws more than the four-seamer. But the four-seam also got better. He came to our system throwing 92, 93 in times miles per hour fastball, and he touched up to 96 here in Rancho, and a huge credit for himself for trusting what we do for them, for their development.
Absolutely awesome. And another young man who's dealt with just a ton of injuries. Super proud of Connor Godwin, my man. He is such a nice young man. Everybody roots for this guy's success. Talk about Connor Godwin.
Yeah, Connor Godwin is the kid that you want to have around. Connor Godwin, he will lift you up as a player or as a coach. He's always happy. You don't really know what's going on in his personal life because he doesn't show it. He's just a happy kid. Besides that, as a player, he has a staff, a great sinker, sweeper, cutter. He's just been unlucky to have some issues in the back that has prevented him from coming to Rancho maybe 2 or 3 years before what he did. Mm-hmm. But yes, great stuff. Just consistency. Yeah, he has the velocity and the movement in all his pitches. If he finds that consistency around the zone, I mean, with no doubt that stuff will play anywhere.
So what was it like getting to work with Brandon Bailey? Brandon Bailey has major league experience too. So, I mean, you could not have a better group of two pitching coaches to reach your youngest pitchers in affiliated baseball in the system. Now, there is the complex below that, but in terms of affiliated baseball, what's it like with the two pitching coach system, and specifically working with Brandon?
Yes, yes, we are two pitching coaches, but honestly, we're just one system. So yeah. We work with information that match the player, and yes, when we work like that, the message doesn't get distracted or corrupt. Just one message, and is awesome. Is great. I wish we had that a long time ago. Yeah. And as long as we understand that we are working for the Dodgers, and we pass the message to the players, sometimes we don't feel like we are two pitching coaches. We are pretty much always in the same mind, and that's what we're looking for the players. How clear can we be with the message? And that's what we've been doing. So it was awesome to be with him and be around another pitcher who pitched in the major league and learn too, because we as coaches, we learn from each other, and we all need to continue learning somehow.
Just like the players do, no doubt about it. Last question for me. I've taken a lot of your time. Thank you so much. This has been a wonderful honor, Ramon, to finally get to a chance to catch up with you and talk to you. But, hey, you pitch in the playoffs for the Dodgers. You are they cut you open, you're going to bleed blue, right? You are a Dodger through and through. No doubt about that. So what did it feel like for you when you saw Mookie Betts turn that double play and the Dodgers went back-to-back?
I I grabbed the dog and I started throwing it up in the air. We got it. We did it.
Did you catch
The
it?
dog, that was my reaction. Yes, I did.
Okay.
It's a very little one, so it was easy to catch. But yes, amazing. I honestly, I didn't know how the game was going to end up.
Me neither.
And when I saw that broken background ball shortstop, there's a reminder. Pitcher's best friend.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Coming for a pitcher.
and we did it.
Yeah.
Amazing. I can't describe it. Amazing.
I lied. I want to ask you one more question here. Dave Roberts, what's it like? And you know Dave Roberts. Of course, you don't get to manage with him every day, but what makes him so great? And what other than the talent? Obviously, the Dodgers have great talent. What makes him such a great manager?
I believe it's just a philosophy of him and the Dodgers. It's trust the players. Let the player have fun. Let's go win a baseball game.
Yeah. Yeah.
And for me, when I was a player, the greatest thing that I remember from my coaches are more related to confidence than baseball stuff related.
Yes.
So when you have a coach that give you confidence, you feel with superpowers. Does it make you feel, oh, if he understand that I won't be perfect, what's that telling me? Don't be afraid to go and do what you do because not always going to be right. So to me, that's what makes him be who he is, a winner. And I haven't been around him to listen him in his speeches, but just watching him and seeing how he behaved body-wise around the players, never seems too high, too low. It gives me an idea of what he understands that part of the game better than nobody else.
Fantastic. Ramon Troncoso, what an honor it's been. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you're enjoying your off season. Baseball season is great, but so is the off season, right? So thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, sir. Go Dodgers.